And look, welcome to the Star Wars Stuff podcast, where we talk about all things Star Wars. My name is James.
I'm Mary. I thought this
And
was a Star Trek podcast.
okay, we're just gonna end it right now. It's funny. I have a good buddy of mine I work with who does have a Star Trek podcast.
Oh, how funny.
A very, very good podcast, which unfortunately I don't know the name of it. Actually, no, I do. I don't
Oh.
want to say it wrong. But anyways, everyone's always like, "Oh my gosh, he has a Star Trek podcast." Do y'all two get into arguments? I'm like, no, we don't, because I feel like most Star Trek and Star Wars fans, at least I like to think we all respect each other. I think we all realize what Star Trek has to offer versus what Star Wars has to offer, and I get it. I get why people are into Star Trek, and I'm not going to be like, "Oh, you should like the other one. You shouldn't like Star Trek. You should like Star Wars." I don't know.
The only thing I've seen of Star Trek is the newest movie. That's the only one I've actually ever seen or anything like that.
You are the J.J. Abrams, Kelvin timeline.
I don't know. It's the one with Zachary something in it who
Zachary,
plays
yeah,
Spock.
So you've seen
Yeah.
those are the only ones that I know. I think no, I haven't seen any others. So, okay. On that note, hold on. We got to thank some people.
Okay.
We got to thank our
Oh, yeah.
patrons. So, sorry, patrons. We got a little distracted there. So, we got to thank Liam McCallion, Kevin Leininger, Devin McCaffrey, Zach Netzel, Maya Morris, Adam Haber, Front Row King, Cam from Indiana, Mariana Atia Arnold, Rest Jedi 27, Alex Blundell, and Indiana Solo. Thank you so much, patrons. And you saw David and I hanging out the other day on Patreon. We literally just talked about Avatar and James Cameron for like 25 minutes. Maybe it was even longer.
I know.
And,
I watched.
Oh, you watched, yeah. Because we just talked about Avatar, which, by the way, Avatar is now officially the highest grossing trilogy of all time.
I know. I saw that report the other day. I was really surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, but I'm surprised it was that fast.
I'm surprised it was that fast too. In case you don't know, number 2 is the sequel trilogy, which made a lot of money, but nothing on Avatar. I think Avatar's beating it by $1 billion. So
I think over that.
Oh yeah, it's over $1 billion. Yeah, which that's insane.
And you've seen the new Avatar movie twice, right?
Yes, saw it with you.
6 hours of your life.
We got lucky and got to see it, and then I went to go see it with another friend of mine, and it was so great. I'm tempted to watch it again.
Yeah.
So 9 hours out of my life will be gone. So
just one Avatar movie. But you know what? I don't know why I'm even saying anything because I spend way more than that a week watching Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and don't listen to her. Star Wars movies are not that long. All right, I don't know where that came from. All right, so
when you watch them back to back to back.
Fair, I will say. Once you start watching them all, and they do kind of run together. Okay, happy merry late Christmas.
Oh yeah, happy late Christmas.
What? So we put aside we got Star Wars for Christmas. So Mary, go. What did you get for Christmas?
Okay, so I love blind boxes. I don't know if you guys have seen, I bought a whole case of the Ewok keychain blind boxes, and I've opened a couple and sent a few out. And if you're at SpaceCon, a few of them will be on the prize wheel. But I love blind boxes. So one of the blind boxes I got were these little Star Wars figures and stuff, and it's a bobblehead. So I think I'm gonna stick it in my car. I'm gonna get a little sticky and put it on my dash. So me and Boba Fett in the Slave One will be cruising around together, LA. And then I got 2 books. I got 2 Star Wars books, and yeah, they're supposed to help me with trivia.
Weird. Okay, weird but true.
Weird but true. Star Wars 300 Epic Facts from a Galaxy Far, Far Away, and this one's by National Geographic.
Oh wow.
So here, I'm just going to flip to a random page. Okay. The ghost ship from the animated series Star Wars Rebel made its first live action appearance in the film Rogue One.
Oh.
And that's got some really cool pictures. So I thought it was all going to be about animals that like made appearances because it's National Geographic, but it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one. During the Battle of Exegol, in the Rise of Skywalker, 14,448 ships come to the aid of the rebels. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun facts.
Okay, cool.
And
I'm
then
down.
the one of
Awesome.
fun facts.
You're gonna be the smartest person on this podcast here very soon.
Watch out, Craig.
Watch out.
Watch
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
And this one's just got like a lot more information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, like it gives you a short answer and then a full description of like whatever the topic is.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited to go through these and stuff, and maybe I'll start writing some like trivia questions based around it. So if you want to be good at trivia, get those books.
Oh, good to know. How is Star Wars National Geographic? That's like the alien show on the History Channel.
That's so valid.
That I'm not gonna. Yeah, that I can't even argue with that.
Also, hi Zach.
Wait, that's Zach.
That's Zach from Japan.
Oh my gosh! Hey Zach, thank you for joining us. So here's my one Christmas thing that I got this year. It's a light.
Very cool.
It's very. Oh, and I know I sent a picture to the podcast group, but there's actually R2D2, the Death Star, and Grogu. You can switch out here. You can yeah, and then it comes a little remote, like the old stereos from back in the day when you and you can change the color. It's not gonna work. Oh, there it goes. Okay, you can change the color of. So yeah, and I have it right here on my desk. And it looks cool in video, but it looks actually really, really cool in person. So
that is very cool.
So I got that going. I actually rearranged my whole desk because of that light. I was like, I need to get this light on my desk. My desk is a mess. So that's what happened. I still got all my toys over here. My wife was like, should we get shelves for your toys? I was like, no, because when we podcast, I like to pick up the toys. I like to play with the toys while we podcast. So
see, maybe that's what I need, because I feel like I need a fidget spinner. So maybe I'll just like, you guys will see me just sitting here.
Exactly. See, I got the Sith infiltrator here, and I got the
I thought you used to have like a Schick razor.
I broke that the other day.
Oh no!
So that makes you really sad. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, here it is. I got it right here. Here it is.
Sorry. There it is. It's your Schick razor.
My razor broke. I could just glue. I think anyways. But yeah, I used to have that and I would mess with it. But anyways, oh, that's cool. Thank you. Is it going to be a giveaway on the podcast? Actually, I think I might tell David to get a few of these because they're pretty cool.
I'm going to buy a ticket to spin the wheel. I'm going to. We've got cool stuff that's going to be on there. David has been like, so just so you guys know, I know Craig like makes the joke all the time to join Patreon, but all of those funds definitely like go back to you guys if you come and participate. David does a really good job of like finding really cool stuff, and he'll send us pictures every once in a while of like, oh, I've got like 30 of these because this person's going to be there. So if you win it, you can go get it signed and stuff. So whenever you guys support the podcast, it literally just comes right back to you guys.
Yeah, don't think we're over here hoarding this money. We're not. The money goes literally right back to the podcast.
Yeah. So David for sure does a really good job of like finding all these really cool things for giveaways and stuff for sure.
And he's really nice sometimes because he'll call us, be like, "You want one?" It's like,
yeah.
I would really like one.
For sure.
Zach says, well, I'm off to walk my dog. Happy year. If I don't see y'all before 2026. Thank you so much for joining us for a little bit.
Hi,
come back and listen to the rest of it, Zach. Thank you very much. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, just say hello. We like to hear hello. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, we were like, what are our favorite moments in Star Wars? Favorite moments, And we didn't realize that the prequels kind of took up a lot of that time. And I think we even threw Rogue One and Solo in there as well.
Yeah, so, I think Clone Wars too. We picked our favorite moments in Clone Wars.
That's right. And then I got criticized because I like the story arc of the droids in the desert. I just think that's the most fascinating thing.
So valid. I'm like looking for my notebook because I'm that personality type, that has to have notes. And I took notes like literally, when did we do this?
About
Like
2
a
or 3
month
weeks
ago?
ago, I think.
Gosh, why does it feel so much longer than that?
So let's while you look for your notes, let's talk about what's your favorite moment in Rebels?
Ooh, that one's hard. I love the Fulcrum like arc where we find out who it is, and when Zeb is with him in the desert and kind of has that moment where he kind of, it's like, this dude killed my entire family and tribe and everything, and I still am doing the right thing and saving his life, and like
Mhm,
we're working together to survive this, and they both walk away from it with like a whole new perspective of each other, and that was like kind of that turning moment for him. I
mhm.
love that part. I love I love everything that has anything to do with Bendu.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know what the favorite this is going to be really cliche. It's
Okay,
the
what is it?
Kanan death.
Oh my gosh. So
It,
emotional.
It is, but the fact that he knew what he had to do, and I love that he had a girly pop moment where he's like, "Life's about to change, so I need to cut my hair." You know, life is changing. I have to do something different with my hair
I
and stuff. What are you gonna say?
I was like, I love that for Ezra too, because you know
Yes.
what it was, right? Like, the real reason?
Why?
The animators were probably like, "Dude, there's no way we can keep doing this dude's hair. We gotta trim this. We gotta
Whatever.
get this
It
down."
was literally. Oh no! But you know what? I think it's so funny. I think you had posted a picture on Instagram of your new haircut.
Oh my and then Haley
Haley's comment. I was like, I went to go like the picture and it said, Haley, Dr. Haley Barr, our favorite doctor,
Mhm.
commented on this. And I was like, what did Haley say? I need to know. And it was the meme of Ezra. And I was like, so valid.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, so
I thought that
yeah,
was so great. But anyways, yeah. And then
Kanan's death.
yeah, and the fact that the Force gave him his eyesight back for that last
Oh,
second to see his family for one last time.
oh, so
And then
sad.
The World Between Worlds, dude, I think Rebels might be my favorite, and I just didn't know it.
I've already said it on the podcast. Rebels, I like Rebels more than Clone Wars. Clone Wars is
Mhm.
amazing,
Yeah.
but man, Rebels has just so many moments that I'm like, whoa. Like there's moments in Rebels where the episode ends and you just go, whoa, like
Yeah.
that was nuts. That was deep. And
Just looking Vader's face off.
I mean, and then what was really crazy was we got James Earl Jones back to do Darth Vader, and
Mhm.
that was before Rogue One even came out.
God.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
was sad. And oh hey, Travis Mitchell, how's it going, guys?
Hi, Travis.
Travis, we are just nerding out about Rebels and how I think Mary just discovered she likes Rebels probably more than she realized.
But you
Uh,
know I'm gonna say this about everything, right? Oh, I didn't realize how much I liked that.
but for me, Rebels, there's so many great moments. I again, very cliche and very kind of a cop out answer, but the
Okay.
epilogue in Rebels is really great when Sabine tells the story of what happened and afterward. Like for me, that was just the coolest thing ever. When she's like, after the Battle of Endor, I was like, oh my gosh, it's all coming back. And then
Yeah.
the very end when she said Ezra's out there and it's time to bring him home, I was like, I'm getting chills thinking about that because I was like, this is great. This is so
Yeah.
good. Um, yeah.
You know what else is a great arc in there where we get to see Rex and Wolf,
Oh
and I
my
forgot
gosh.
who else was with them, and it's like, yeah, what happened to these guys and stuff? And they're just out there living in the desert,
They're just
having a good
fishing,
time.
and we get the Jaws reference in that
Yep.
episode, which made me so happy when I watched it. The music starts up, and I was like, "Hey, that's Jaws. That is legitimately Jaws." And yeah, gosh, and then like the ending of season 2, I think it is when Ezra opens up the holocron, and like the camera
Yes.
like zooms in on his. I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah."
And I'll give you guys this little tidbit that me and Zach were talking about on Patreon in our last episode of book club. There's a spoiler alert. There's a part where one of the characters has to embrace the dark side, and it made us start thinking like who actually has embraced the dark side without letting it change who they are. And Ezra is the person that always like came to my mind and stuff, like when he's messing with the dark holocron, with the Sith holocron, and Darth Maul wants him to be his apprentice because he senses in him
Yeah.
that he could go to the dark side and he could balance both. So it's like Ezra, the
Yeah.
forces, redo on the balance. I don't know.
It's a shame that Lucasfilm, I feel like, didn't trust Filoni during those early. I'm not gonna say Lucasfilm. I'm gonna say Disney. I don't think trusted Filoni as much as they should have on the early days of when they were getting Force Awakens ready to go.
That's valid.
Because you look at Ezra's character and you're like, they could have done a whole, like, that could have been. I love Rey. I love what they did. I love everything they did with the sequel trilogy. But it's like, man, they had so many great characters there on the sidelines they could have been using this whole time. And they finally, as of 5 or 6 years ago, they finally started to bring them in. And it's like, oh,
course
there we
correcting.
go. Yep. Oh my gosh. And then when we see Obi-Wan, old Ben Kenobi, and then he defeats he defeats Maul, spoiler alert. And then
okay. We're past spoiler alert moments.
I know, right? And then the very end of that episode when he goes to the homestead and he hears Luke, and you see him running. I was like, oh, this is great. You know what I mean? I'm just watching this show going, this is Star Wars. Like, this is such good Star Wars. So
I know. I think we also get the Kenobi scream.
Yep, in
that
Rebels.
Kenobi. Yep. And then Obi-Wan's thought process of how he's going to defeat Maul. And Sam Witwer has this interview out where he talks through it and how he goes from one pose from like old young Obi-Wan who was naive and like cocky and stuff to Qui-Gon's pose. And then he to like trick Maul, and Maul goes, "Oh, I recognize this. I know how to beat this." And then he just doesn't let him cut him in half.
And I remember we were all hoping for the ultimate showdown between Kenobi and Maul. Like, that made sense. But
that's what Maul's been working towards.
Exactly. But when you see it, you just go, yeah, Kenobi was always the more powerful one. Like as amazing as Maul was, he had nothing on Kenobi. And he would he even killed his, the love of his life.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
Literally about to say that. I was like, where was this when Satine was dying?
Yeah. But man, he got it. He got it. And Maul at the end, you just kind of feel sorry for Maul, which is such a great character arc. Like his journey is so good in Star Wars. And yeah. So Rebels is great.
We like that one.
What
is Travis saying?
The Rebels finale is the gold standard of a finale that pays off everything in the show, using the creatures from arguably the worst episode and fully paying them off at the end. Who are the worst creatures? Are you talking about? I want to know which creatures he's talking about.
I don't know. Travis, expand.
Who were the worst creatures in the episode? But yeah, I consider, like, in the animated stories, Rebels is my favorite out of all the animated.
Even against season 7 of Clone Wars.
As amazing as season 7 of Clone Wars was, the last 4 episodes are great. The last 4 episodes are like required viewing for Star Wars. Like, if you love Star Wars, those last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are required.
You know why people feel that way is the sister arc that's in there right in the middle. It's like filler episodes. If they didn't do that, and if they did something just a little different, I think season 7 would have been like the gold standard.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I did like the sisters. I do feel like that arc did go on a little bit longer than I was wanting it to go.
One episode. It just needed to be one episode.
I agree. But in the end, I still think we got a really good series. And the finale, like the last frame of Clone Wars, I was like, there's literally no other way they could have ended that moment of the helmet buried in the snow and Vader Like, I'm like, that's
Dusting off her lightsabers.
yes, that's perfect. That was
I
perfect.
know. That is a good one. Oh, he expanded.
No, he just
Oh,
says the arc of Maul, I think, was perfectly paid off in that duel. It wasn't the fight that was important. It was the realization he's been replaying the same fight for 30 plus years, stuck in it. Yes. And like I said,
yes.
you feel sorry for Maul. You're like, man, this poor. And what's interesting about Maul is, of course, the ending of the Clone Wars. You see him freaked out for what's about to happen, and
'Cause
he's
he knows.
trying to warn Ahsoka, this is going to happen, and it's not going to be good.
Okay, but hold on. Why
Uh-oh.
does he wait till the last minute? He could have narked on Palpatine day one.
But the problem with him is he was so blinded for his hatred of Kenobi that it just nothing mattered. And then when it was too late, he realized, oh man, I should have just
But you know
I
what?
could
I'll
have
say
thought back.
this. Dooku also ratted out Palpatine way early on. Oh, I want a Pepsi.
Oh, thank you. I've got my Pepsi sign. Oh, you can't see it right now, but I got my Pepsi sign in the back. But
God, now I want one. Um,
but yeah, anyways, yeah, back to
do,
Deadpool. But just kidding. But yeah,
yeah.
Dooku I always felt was border almost like Maul, where you're like, he's a bad guy, but even he kind of knows, this is not good. Like I think
For I don't know. For me, Dooku felt like a power play, right?
mm,
He always had an apprentice on deck, ready to go, kind of thing to
yeah.
like eventually take over. There can only be two. He knew eventually he had to kill Palpatine. So for me, for Dooku, like ratting him out, trying to have this conversation felt like a power play to move that along.
Mm,
For
okay.
Maul, it always felt like like it would be revenge kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, what is the biggest stick it to you to Obi-Wan is like, hey, you this entire time have been doing the dirty work of a Sith.
Hmm.
So high and mighty, all your moral choices, everything have all been puppeteered by a Sith. Like that would have been the ultimate revenge that
Mm,
Maul could have gotten.
that's true. That's pretty good. I like
Thanks.
that.
I think things through.
Something that isn't explored is the concept of praying for a dark side user. Can a Jedi through the Force will a bad person in the cosmic force?
Mm,
Hmm. I mean, I think I don't know. That is interesting. Like as somebody trying to get somebody to turn. I mean, Luke was doing that in Return of the Jedi, trying to get his father to turn. But man,
well, I feel like we see it way more commonly to try to get someone from the light side over to the dark side, right?
mhm,
The dark side temptation is always stronger. And we're kind of like fed that the light side is a hard decision and you have to work at it every single day,
mhm.
right? Jedi can't do this. They can't have attachment X, Y, and Z and stuff. So, I mean, I know when they talked about Dooku in the beginning, in the prequels, they're like, no, he couldn't do anything like this. Like, he used to be a Jedi kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? So, I think to an extent, there probably is a little bit, but I think Jedi is a little bit more hubris of like, not everyone can do this. You have to be in a special club. So it's not so much about bringing people to the light side, but more about like, you're lucky if you get to hang out with us.
Which is what I love that the Acolyte kind of explored, like how the
Mhm.
Jedi, the thought process of the Jedi, and then you even hear it, in the prequels, and then Luke totally calls it all out in the Last
Yeah.
Jedi, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty nuts that they went this way. Um, but yeah, Star Wars, am I right? It's great.
This
Should
is what happens when me and James start talking. What was the topic of this podcast today?
we're getting to our favorite moments in Star Wars, which we're naming. We are
Yeah,
naming
this is what's happening.
our favorite moments in Star Wars. So, okay, I feel like we've talked enough about Andor that I think we can
Yes.
kind of skip Andor.
But
And
Andor's the best.
Andor is the best. I mean, Andor's clearly the best. Like there's no doubt about that. Uh,
That main song has now there's like 3 different versions of it that is played in the show. Like
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time when Cassian goes to the bar, the wedding, and there's
Mhm.
another version. I don't know where in the show it is, but there's another version. Those 3 are on repeat as my house cleaning songs.
I love it.
Yeah.
Um,
A
I
New
got
Hope?
A New Hope. Let's get to A New Hope. Um, hold on. We got Travis here. In Ahsoka season 2, that could be a fun direction. Have Maul's ghost return to help balance everything with Mortis.
Ooh, if Maul is the son, that'd be kinda cool.
That'd be
But I don't think so because they're already doing so much with him, Travis. Like, he's about to get a comic series, he's about to get his own animation. I think it
yeah.
would be too much, but I do like that idea. That's a
Well,
good one, Travis.
it's kind of crazy. I have to read that book. The
Are you joining me in Zach's book club?
hold on, I gotta read
Oh,
that book. The book,
the
the
Darth
red
Maul
book
one,
about
Shadow
no, no,
Lord?
the red book about the prequels, the archives, where it talked about how George Lucas wanted Darth Maul to be the villain in 7, 8, and 9. He was supposed to be the ultimate villain.
Yeah.
Was that always the idea for Maul? Or was it during Clone Wars that he was like, huh, I could
I don't
maybe
know.
do something? Because for all of us who saw Maul back in 1999, that, it was amazing. It was awesome. He died. And we all just kind of said, okay, that was the coolest looking villain is dead. And flash forward a couple of years, we get Clone Wars, and there he is. He's back, and then he just has more to do, and it's incredible.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think it's the same thing with Boba Fett, right? It was this like side character, throwaway character in the original trilogy, and everyone was like, dude, that guy looks cool. What's his story?
Yeah.
And then we wanted more character building and stuff. And I think it kind of became like the people who watched and noticed those characters that started to really like those characters started creating Star Wars,
Mm,
right? So it's like, oh, I love the Boba Fett character. I want to learn more about him. People are asking and really intrigued by him. People were cosplaying him before cosplay was really a thing and stuff. So then, like, the people who grew up loving Star Wars started making Star Wars. They're like, everyone's always wanted to know more about Boba Fett.
yeah.
So let's start making stories about Boba Fett, right? I think the Darth Maul is the exact same situation.
Fair.
Everyone just thought it was super cool. And the people who loved him growing up was like, it's my turn to make a Darth Maul
That's
situation
that's
thing
true.
happen.
I mean, gosh, he was the coolest looking character. Like, I remember the first time I saw him, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is."
Shout out to Ray Park.
Shout out to Ray Park, yeah, for bringing that to life,
Yeah.
and then just thankfully he's, that character's just lasted this whole time. So
Yeah. And growing. His story is growing. Okay, so I remember when I was watching Solo and it was at the very end, and I was like, no
yeah,
way, no way, I'm quitting right now.
I remember we screamed. Okay, but what was you? Yeah, you were just freaking out.
That was literally my reaction. I went, no way. Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw it with David and a few friends and my
Oh,
wife,
precious.
and I remember I just went, no way. I was like, there's no way, and I was freaking out. And then of course people were like, how is he alive? And it's like, now you got to go watch Clone Wars. Now you got to figure out how
Mhm.
this all came to
Leads
be.
up.
And man, I remember freaking out, and I was like, this is ridiculous. We actually got him. And the big controversy, of course, with people, and there were rumors going around that there was going to be a live action Maul, and
Mhm.
that did not happen. So I
Never say never.
never say never, yeah, but we're getting to the point, and then even yeah, I I think the new cartoon that's coming out is kind of what they were planning on doing live
In
action.
live action. I don't know. Sometimes I like to think that they test the waters with animation
Hmm.
to see if it's worth investing in live action, especially the way Star Wars has been going. We got Clone Wars, we got Rebels, now all these characters are coming to live action through The
Hmm.
Mandalorian, right? Mandalorian started bringing them into live action. Bo-Katan, great example.
No, it all started with the dark saber. Once we saw that dark
Mhm.
saber at the end of season 1 of Mando, we said, "Oh, so all of that Clone Wars and Rebels is important here." And man, Thank God they did
So
that. They included that.
I know. So maybe, just maybe, they'll do them all Shadow Lord animation. And if it does really well,
Which
maybe we will get him back in live action. Because I mean, that's how he started. But what I do love that Star Wars does is they use the voice actors
Yeah.
for the live animation. They did it with Bo-Katan. They did it with Hera, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Kit.
Sorry, my dog just made her way onto the podcast.
She made her appearance.
Yeah, here she is. But I was a little bummed because I know Sam Witwer kind of made
I know
that so the Maul character iconic, but they
what we
actually
know
had,
now.
yeah, but they actually had the original voice actor playing him in Solo, but then
Mhm.
they redubbed that voice for Sam Witwer. And he was a little bummed, but he was like, but I understood why they did it. But he goes, I just
For
wish,
continuity.
yeah, I just wish they would have told me, like, so yeah.
So I got to meet Sam when we were in Japan.
Mhm.
Got to talk to him twice and stuff. And each time I was just like, I would love to see Star Killer in live action. Would you, if you were ever asked to play that character in live action? He goes, that's one of my favorite characters. I wouldn't say no, but I also wouldn't count on it.
Oh,
And I was like, what about Maul? And then he just kind of was like, okay, I'll see you later. And I was like, oh,
and then like a
can't say
day
anything.
or two later, and then was this that celebration when you
Yeah.
and then like that day we found out, or the next day we found out that they were doing the cartoon. So it's like he knew.
Yeah.
He was like,
Of course he did. I was like, I hope he was looking for me in the crowd when that was
oh
happening.
no, he was.
It's like, oh, there she is.
Lando talking to Poe about Leia and Rise, the Force theme playing as he enters. The only time it isn't played for Skywalker. As I just say is, oh, okay, I see. Say something nice about the Rise of Skywalker. We're gonna get to the Rise of Skywalker. We're trying to get to A New Hope. All right, we're trying to get to A New Hope.
So this one will do the original trilogy. Our next time James and I can get together on the pod, we'll do the sequels.
Yeah. So
I think that's our goal.
Yeah. What is one of your favorite? What's your favorite moment in A New Hope?
Okay, so I mentioned this, I think, like 2 podcasts ago. My original favorite movie was Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
All-time favorite. And then as you made me do this assignment.
Oh, yeah.
And I was writing down all the things that I like about A New Hope. I was like, oh crap, is A New Hope my new favorite movie? And I think Craig was just so proud of me in that moment. He's like, yes. Okay. The Help Me Obi-Wan line, of course, is amazing. Iconic. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's your favorite moment?
I think that's gonna be my favorite moment because I have a lot of things written down. So I'm gonna go with that.
I think for me, oh, sorry. Hold on.
Kit, what's Kit's favorite moment? Oh no, I lost you. Your mic. Okay, well, James is having some difficulty, guys. So I guess I'm gonna entertain you for a quick second.
I'm back. Okay, sorry.
That was the quickest second I've had to entertain anybody.
That was so good. Yeah, the numbers flew. Like everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, here she goes." I think my favorite moment in A New Hope, it has to be when Han Solo shows up.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That Yahoo, and then the ship flying. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that is such a great moment. And you're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home. And like
he does have a lot of great lines.
It's for me that moment, even as an adult, and I've seen A New Hope hundreds, if not thousands of times. That moment still gets me like feel great when I watch it. So.
Yeah, and I mean, A New Hope is just so iconic in every single moment. Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? The fact that Leia's like, "Are you guys are here to save me?" kind of thing, like, and then just saves everybody else. You know what I mean? Like all those moments.
Some rescue.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting because growing up, and they made a big deal about. Of course, it was a big deal
Yeah.
It was one of the first. It wasn't the first time, but it was one of the first times in mainstream film that the woman was not the damsel in distress. The woman was
Yes.
very capable of doing everything. And it growing up, I never once was like, oh my gosh, there's a woman in charge. I just accepted it. I was just always like, oh, she's a awesome person. Like, of course
Yeah.
she's gonna be able to handle herself in this situation. I was
Yeah.
never like, oh no, the men should say no. I was always like, yeah, that's Leia. That's just the way she is.
I
So
know. And then she goes and watches her whole entire planet, everybody she knows, her
mhm.
family, her father, literally gone in seconds. And then you know what does she do? She just keeps going.
Yep.
She stays true to the course, never
I love it.
wavers on it.
I
Yeah,
love it. Yeah.
it's absolutely nuts.
So we're just gonna say Leia is our favorite moment in
Yeah,
A
Leia.
New Hope.
Shout out to Carrie Fisher.
Shout out to Carrie Fisher, yeah, the amazing
Yeah,
Carrie Fisher.
the
But
amazing Carrie Fisher.
so those were our moments in A New Hope, and of course, there's so many other great moments in A New Hope.
I
I mean,
know. I could keep going. Owen and Aunt Peru, Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru, when they have the whole conversation of it, like, you can't hold him back. He's takes after his father, and Uncle Owen's like, that's what I'm worried about.
that's what I'm afraid
Little
of.
did we know.
What's really great is how in the Kenobi series, Obi-Wan Kenobi, whenever they came to take Luke, Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen fought back. And so
Yes.
my buddy messaged me and he says, my head canon is that Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen fought the stormtroopers when
Mhm.
they it wasn't a slaughter, like they fought themselves. And
For
I was
sure.
like, I like that. I like that idea that when they showed up to look for Luke and the droids, they held their own. So,
While we're on the Obi-Wan series, I think Uncle Owen has the greatest burn of all
oh, oh,
times.
like
Literally.
how you trained his father.
Yes. OMG.
I remember those like
Dang.
those videos that you've seen that one on TikTok where the guy goes, "What did
Yeah.
he say?" Like everyone's like, "Whoa, dude." I
I
see
remember
that.
when I watched that, I hit Austin. I was like, "Did you hear
I was like, "Did he just say that?" Like that was.
that?"
It's like, whoa, that's a little too harsh.
Was it
Um,
though?
no,
It's
no, he was right.
very fair.
Travis has a good moment when Luke says,
Yeah.
just like Beggars Canyon back at home, then dives into the trench, followed by Wedge and Biggs. Yeah, that.
So awesome. Yeah, that is really awesome.
Like I said, I watched it the other day and I was still on the edge of my seat
Yeah.
during that space. And I said it to David. I was like, A New Hope has the best space battle. I know everybody says Revenge of the Sith, but A New Hope space battle, I think, is the best Star Wars space battle in all of them.
I
So
I disagree with you.
I know a lot of people will,
Yeah.
but I think that's the best one. Um,
Mhm.
The Empire Strikes Back, which I consider the best of the Star Wars movies.
A
What
lot of people do.
a
A
lot of people
lot of
do.
people do. So you go first because it's your favorite.
Okay. God, there's so many moments. There are so many moments in an Empire Strikes Back. Um, I think for me, it's the moment when Yoda lifts the X-wing out of the swamp. Like the music, the build up to that moment, how he effortlessly picks up the X-wing, lays it down, and then Luke comes up to him and says, I don't believe it. And Yoda just nods and says, that is why you failed. That is such a Yoda line to say, but my gosh, is it great.
Yeah. Even like when Luke's like, dude, I gotta go. Wait, no, am I skipping to the next movie? No. Why are they all blending together for me right
Uh-oh.
now? No. Yes. When
Okay.
Luke's like, I gotta go. And stuff, and Yoda's like, don't do it. And everyone's like, don't do it. And he's like, no, I got it. I'll be back, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also, I
But you
think
know
that's
what?
one of my favorite.
Another great part in that is that boy was our last hope. And then he says, no,
Yeah. There's
there is
another.
no like that. Oh, perfect. Perfect setup for something that
No.
didn't actually happen the way it was supposed to happen. Just want to throw that out there. But still, perfect setup for what was about to happen in the next movie. So yeah.
And Han getting captured and frozen.
Ugh, I love you. I know. Like that's just
I love that Harrison thought of that, and George is like, "No, that's not what I want." And then the only reason they kept it in is because in the viewing it got such a good reaction.
Yeah. And
So
it's one of the cutest slash like cockiest lines anybody could say, in a moment like that. But it's pure Han Solo to
it is
where
very
you
Han Solo.
you can see like I can understand how this is sweet, but also it's kind of like, dude, come on, really? At this moment,
You know what I think I love about The Empire Strikes Back? I think that through all of it, like they're failing a lot in this
oh yeah,
movie,
they don't
right?
win. They
They're failing so much in this movie, but the overall from the moment the movie starts, Han goes out into the freezing terrain. His tauntaun's gonna freeze and die to go look for Luke because Luke is missing,
Mhm.
right? Luke leaves his training to go save them. Like there's nothing but moments of them picking each other and this group of friends, regardless of what's happening to
Oh,
them.
it's perfect.
I think that's my favorite thing about Empire Strikes Back.
Another part of Empire Strikes Back that I love. Actually, I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back to A New Hope. All right, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to break the rules here.
World
Another great,
breaker.
another great moment in A New Hope is a moment that we all had seen for years and years and years, and we always just said, "Oh, that's cool." But thanks to new things and thanks to the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, when Obi-Wan is fighting Vader and then looks over and sees Luke and Leia, that he smiles at Vader and then he becomes one with the Force. That look and that smile has so much more meaning now than it ever did. Now he's looking and he sees the twins, the children found each other. And he's like,
Mhm.
that's it. He's like, it's on them now. That is thanks to the Kenobi series, that look and that smile means so much more now.
Dude, the Kenobi series gets so much hate, but I think it's like in the series that have come out in the last few years, I think it's like in my top 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love that series. It's so like emotional. It has so many great lines in it from like the acceptance of like Anakin actually being gone, Obi-Wan in this like severe depression and like
Mhm,
finding purpose again. Leia being Leia from the moment she was like able to walk and
mhm.
stuff and her sassiness. Like I love when she looks at her cousin and she's like, "Well, then I guess I don't need to be polite to you." You know?
Yeah.
And stuff. I love that. I love when Obi-Wan looks at Vader and goes, "What have you become?" And he's like, "I am what you made me." To
Mhm.
really like Uncle Owen just dug the knife in, and now Vader dug the knife in just a little bit more. Like, geez, Obi-Wan, you really messed up, you
Yeah.
know? But then he gets that like that ability to let go and stuff when Vader takes ownership of like destroying Anakin and stuff, which goes into like the dark side. Like people who go to the dark side are not themselves. They lose themselves completely unless
Yeah.
you're a Night Sister. Night Sisters still get to be themselves. Hey, that's canon.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm saying, yeah.
I saw your face. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you saw that.
No, I was just like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I don't know. The Obi-Wan series is definitely one of my top 2s because it fits into so much of the canon and explains so much of it and stuff. And it's just so well written. Oh man, it's so well
I
written.
think I have to rewatch it again.
You
It
do.
and then one thing about the Kenobi series was it was incredibly hyped. Like
Yeah.
there was no way it was going to meet everyone's expectations because it had all the workings of a show that was supposed to be the best. And I think people were expecting something different than what we got. But I will watch it again.
Dude,
I do want to see it
we
again.
we got Anakin back. We got Hayden Christensen as Anakin and Vader.
Yep.
That alone,
That was
so
great.
worth it. You know what I really wanted though? The only thing that I actually wanted from that series that I didn't get, and like I said, top 2, one of my favorite. I love that show. But one thing that I felt was a little bit missing that I wish they explored a little more was more of him and Qui-Gon together.
I agree. I think we were all I agree, but then once I saw him in the first episode trying to communicate with Qui-Gon, I said, "Oh, that's the arc.
And that's what we're getting to
This is
season
how it's
2.
gonna end." Which, of course, that's exactly how it ended with him seeing him, and you go,
Mhm.
"Oh, okay, now he's become this is where he starts to
He's
grow."
reconnected to the
Yeah,
Force.
and
Dude. I even love the, like, side storyline of, like, the what's her the Inquisitor?
yeah,
and her agenda against Vader, and how she figured out. Okay, here's the thing I don't get. How did she figure it out and no one else has? How?
But well, because she saw him when he was in the temple, and she sensed that hatred, and so when she met Vader, she said, "Oh, this is that same feeling I got from that person who killed everybody in the temple."
Yeah, but she figured out Luke was his son. How?
That's true. How did she do? I have to rewatch it again.
I don't remember that piece, but I do love that. I even love that piece of it too.
Mhm.
You know, I thought that was great to add to the story.
I just love that we got the hello there. Like that was such
Yes.
a that was
Hello there.
perfect. Travis says it was only recently that I realized how Luke in The Last Jedi basically becomes Uncle Owen, the homestead he makes, milking the creatures, bartering the caretakers who look like Jawas.
Yeah.
That
He
is true.
became who he was trying not to be.
Exactly, which is why I
We all
think
become our parents.
which is why I think I mean, that's why I love The Last Jedi. When people think of Luke's mentor, some remember the guys who inspired him, forgetting the people who raised him. When the Jedi thing didn't work out, he resorted to the thing he knew from birth. Okay, yeah. And one thing I also like about Ahch-To, the planet that they're on, The Last Jedi, is that
Yeah.
it's a little island surrounded by nothing but ocean. And then Tatooine was nothing but sand. And Jakku, nothing but sand. And you put
He
both of
said,
these
"I'm gonna do
people
the opposite."
yeah, and you put both of these people in this area, and they're both just like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." Um,
That's how I
so
feel like when I go on vacation. I always need to go to some type of beach or island because I live in a city.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I think because I grew up so much in Texas that whenever I see mountains anywhere, I'm just like, "Oh, this is great. This is so great." Because there's nothing in Texas. Anyways,
Do you just stare at
um,
the Hollywood Hills all day?
I do. Okay. Even when every time I see the Hollywood Hills, I always smile. I'm always like, "Ah, that's really cool."
A
It's right
mountain,
it's right
a
there,
small
the
mountain.
mountains. Um, what do you say,
Just click on it.
James Hook? Hawk? No, I'm not gonna. Anyways, um,
Oh,
what do you
oh my gosh.
just say? Anyways, so Return of the Jedi.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite moment? I know what my favorite moment is. Return of the. It's my least favorite of the original trilogy. It's still fun, but there's two moments in the Return of the Jedi that I just love. Okay, what are yours?
Jabba's palace.
That whole
Everything that happens in Jabba's palace. From the little eye that comes out and speaking Huttese to the droids.
goodness gracious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was good.
That wasn't a scene that I didn't have a sound bite of that scene. That was me doing that, just so everybody knows.
I was like, wow, you had that button ready to go.
Jeez. What's another so the whole Jabba's palace. That's your whole
Yeah.
that's the whole thing.
That I love everything that from the moment the droids walk up to it to everything that happens in that palace.
Fair.
Yeah. You know what I hate the most in Return of the Jedi?
What do you hate the most in
I
Return of the
sent it in the group text today, and Zach sent me sent back a GIF of like sheer concern.
What was it? What part?
How I thought it was so cringy that Vader walks up to the Imperial
Oh, this is
and he goes,
crazy.
he's like, yeah, he goes, "You're lucky the Emperor didn't find out because he's not as forgiving as me." And then he kept walking by. I'm like, bruh, that was cringe. Like, just choke him out, kill him. He messed up. That's what
Well,
Vader does.
but
And
here's go on.
and it's like he's starting to lose his dark side.
See,
I know that's what it is.
exactly.
But I don't like it.
You're crazy because when I first
don't
heard him
like it.
say that, I was like, this is a different Vader." But yeah,
Yes, that's what I think it is. It's a different Vader, and I think I want more of like just pure hatred Vader.
apology accepted. When he just
Yeah.
chokes that dude out for letting the Falcon leave.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Or back to the Obi-Wan series. He's literally just walking in a village, just force choking and killing people as he's walking through, just because he's walking through.
Yeah, he kills a kid. Like he kills like a teenage boy.
I wasn't gonna say that on the
That
pod,
part,
but
I
yeah.
remember. I was like, whoa! He just grabbed that kid and just snapped his neck. But so that's it. Just the Jabba's palace. That's your favorite moment in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, everything else is just, yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. Yep,
Oh,
that's the big twist. Yeah, no. Am I a bad Star Wars fan for
no, you're
that?
not a bad
I
Star
feel
Wars.
like I am.
So my favorite, so I have like three favorite parts in Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
The first part is not Jabba's palace, but it's when Luke is walking the plank
Yeah.
and that music goes bump bump and he's looking around and then you see R2's dome open up and you see the
It's a
lightsaber
lightsaber.
shoots up in the air. Luke lands, Luke jumps, flips over, grabs the lightsaber, green. I remember I was like, oh my mind was blown when I saw that. That was perfect. That's
Yeah,
such a great
that
moment.
is a good one.
Um the
The
second what's up?
the epic scream of Boba Fett going into the Sarlacc pit. The scream they use for every single movie
Yep.
ever created.
Oh no, that's not you're talking about the Wilhelm scream, right? That's used by
Yeah.
somebody else. That somebody else has that
Oh.
scream during that sequence. But
Oh, I thought it was Boba.
no, Bubba has a weird scream during that moment. He has like awkward, and that's when you see the the force kick
Oh, yeah.
of Luke Skywalker kicking that guy. I think they tried to explain that in something where they're like it was a force kick, and it's like, oh, good, okay, we'll go with that. We'll say. Another favorite moment in Return of the Jedi is a moment that everybody jokes about, but it's such a great moment. You know what it is? The moment that everybody
I'm
jokes about Return of the Jedi.
I don't know. I'm sure I'll
Admiral
know when you say it.
Admiral
Oh,
Akbar.
it's a trap.
It's a trap. That whole moment, the music building up to that moment when they're flying up to the Death Star and Lando realizes the shields are still up and they start moving and then they go, we have enemy ships, and then that's when Akbar realizes it's a trap. Like we messed up. That music in that moment, I'm like, yes. It's like bum bum ba-da-da-da, bum bum ba-da, and it just builds up more perfection.
I feel like
Um,
this goes back to your comment of your favorite thing about Star Wars is
oh
John
boy, okay,
Williams.
we're not gonna talk, dude. Yes, Travis is right. The freaking fire going around the cockpit of the Falcon of him
Yeah.
trying to escape like that. That is dope. Not gonna lie, that is pretty cool.
It is.
For
I've been
me,
actually seeing that it's a trap meme all over for Christmas time, where it's
oh
like
yes,
the
yeah.
couple and she's like, "You don't need to buy me a Christmas gift this year," and that's Admiral. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Um, I think for another great moment is during the battle of Endor, which is
Mm,
there's this cut. There's this cut. And I remember David pointed it out to me and I was like, "Oh my, what are you laughing at?"
'cause I think I know this story.
What part is it then if you know the story?
When they're like, how it was so emotionalizing
No.
watching one Ewok
Oh, no, that's
looking over the other
depressing.
one.
I don't wanna talk about the Ewok dying. That's so sad. David does a great impression of that Ewok
Oh,
trying to wake
oh, I thought you were gonna say David does a good impression of an Ewok dying.
No,
I was
no.
like, "What?"
No, he does a great impression of an Ewok trying to wake up his dying friend. But,
We
there's a
have to have that recreated. We need to do that.
it's
It's
pretty
too
funny.
good.
Um, there's a moment in the battle where it's the way it's edited. There's 3 trees in a row, and each
Okay.
of them explodes because of blaster fire. It goes boom, 2, 3, and then the next cut, like when you think there's gonna be another explosion, it cuts to the space battle. And
Oh,
that I'm like, that is so good. Like, I don't understand how
that's
people
some
don't
real
talk about
cinema right there.
yes, the Scorsese pure cinema. Uh meme right there. But yeah, it's like that's such a it's like boom, 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 space. And I'm like, this is cool. This is great. So yeah, it's not like I said, it's not my favorite out of the trilogy. But it's still a fun movie. It's still a great
It is.
conclusion.
I
And
just finished the original trilogy today. I was going through them today.
was there anything
Not
new?
knowing that we were gonna do this
Oh,
tonight, and so I knew we might podcast tonight, but I was like, it's time to watch the originals again.
Ewoks are cute until you realize they're just playing with their food, rebels and troopers. Yeah, apparently, I
That's
forget
fine.
what book it was.
This little
And
guy.
yeah, exactly. It was I forget whose character. I don't know if it was Poe Dameron's. No, it was Snap Wexley's mother when she was there because she was in the Battle of Endor. She said when they were eating the food, uh, that somebody was like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Don't think about it. just take the food and be happy, okay?" Like
Oh no.
The Ewoks are happy. Don't just don't think about what you're eating. And then you start to realize they were gonna kill Han, Luke and Chewbacca, and they were
Good
gonna
thing
eat
for C3PO.
good thing for C3PO and his powers and everything. But
His deity.
yeah, they're gonna Ewoks are cannibal. Like they're gonna eat the people. So
They're
yeah.
not cannibals because they're not humanoids. So you can't
Okay,
consider them cannibals.
fair,
It's just a part of their food chain.
but still. So how old were you when you realized that the Ewoks were the Fremen of Star Wars?
Today.
Oh
38.
no, knock it off.
You've ruined them for me.
Zach, yeah, I was in the certain point of view books as well. Yeah, but the humans were like, "Yeah, just go with it. It's fine. But yeah, there's one draft of Star Wars that was like the first Star Wars where it was really Dune. It was very much the plot of Dune, and it was really funny. Then you get to Return of the Jedi, and you go, he still found a way to kind of bring the Fremen and natives that live on the planet that are trying to fight back against the Empire. We're not going to go there. Nora Wexley, yes,
No
Nora
comment.
Wexley. And Nora Wexley, Travis, if I'm not mistaken, she is one of the pilots flying in the Death Star with Lando, and then she splits away from them, I think. And I think she's one of those pilots that you don't see. And fun fact, there were women pilots that they filmed for Return of the Jedi, but
Nice.
they dubbed their voices though for men.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. And so that's why when you get to the Phantom Menace, there is a woman pilot. And
Mhm.
I think that was George Lucas like saying, "Hey, come on. I was trying to do this, but y'all didn't want me to do it back in the day." So yeah.
It's curious. Maybe they're like, you already got Leia. That's one too many.
Maybe. Or you already got Mon Mothma. That's one too
Mm,
many. And by
only
the
two
way,
allowed. There can only be two.
there can only be two. And by the way, Mon Mothma comes in one movie,
Mhm.
one scene. Nobody was mad about her being introduced in one movie from one scene. No one was like, "What's her backstory? How does she know them? How long?" Like
But you
nobody
know
asked that
what?
question.
Thanks to Andor, we've got a great character development and everything in Mon Mothma.
And man, can you
Do
imagine
I
that?
love her?
Oh
I
yeah,
love her. Oh man.
she should have been nominated for Best Actress. Like,
She should have. She should have gotten a lot of things for this role.
can you imagine? You got a gig back in 2005 or 2004, technically, is when you filmed it to
Mhm.
play Mon Mothma, and they cut your scene out of the movie, and you just go, "All right, that was cool. I
I
got
had fun on set.
I had fun on set." And then in 15, you get that call, and they're like, "Hey, so we're thinking about doing this prequel. Do you want to do that part again?" And it was like a no brainer, of course. And then after that, it was like, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna expand on your character insanely. So do you want to do
You're
that?"
a main character in this.
And oh
Main
my
supporting character.
yeah, like she was incredible. And so that's just so cool how you can do one character in Star Wars and then out of nowhere your character can just be expanded beyond anything.
I will say, like, that is, like, one of my favorite things about the Star Wars fandom is that we have this plethora of, like, characters where you get from one scene
Yeah.
and you're just like, "What's their story?
Yeah.
They look cool. I wanna know more."
I want to know more
And
about
stuff.
them. And then
And
boom.
then you can deep dive into the books, deep dive into the comics, and you will find stories about all of them. It is very cool.
Well, Travis, I was having a great day until you reminded me of this. So that's right. She was a Y-wing pilot during the Battle of Endor, and she says she remembers flying in the trench or in the belly of the Death Star, trying to draw them away from the Falcon. And yeah,
Yeah.
she does. Her and Wedge both outlive Snap. He dies in the Battle of Exegol. So
You know what? I'm curious if they used women pilots, but had already created the character for men because the cockpit that they created was too small. So
I
they had
don't.
to use smaller built women to be
Mm,
able to fit in there and stuff, but already had the recordings of men.
yeah.
Like they did the recordings first, and the guys are like, dude, we can't fit in this.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, you're gonna have a helmet on anyway, so we'll just use someone else who can fit in there.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was what it was.
I
But
found this. Oh,
a
go.
theory. I'm gonna look it up. I'm
I
googling
think you should.
it.
It might be in the book you got there.
Oh, maybe.
I saw an edit where they showed the women of Star Wars, which I've always said from beginning, the most fascinating characters in Star Wars are just happen to be women. Like they're the
Mhm.
best, some of the best characters in Star Wars. And during this edit, they showed women in the cockpits of the ships from the original trilogy, and I was like, oh, they filmed more than just that one woman that I knew about. There was a few other women that were supposed to be during the Battle of Endor that they just ultimately cut them out. So I don't know,
It's but you know what? The sequel is chock filled with a lot of interesting female
and
characters.
I'm glad.
And Andor chock filled with a lot of interesting female characters.
Like I said, some of the best like characters, and I remember David was like, I don't know. I was like, man, Bo-Katan is a better warrior than Din Djarin.
A lot of people.
And
The
he's
problem
like,
with Bo-Katan is that she doesn't think things through.
yeah, that's true.
She's a
But
great she's great at warfare.
mhm.
She's just not thinking things through. Girly pop.
True. Hopefully, we see her in the new Mando and Grogu movie.
I don't think we will.
Yeah, the more time that passes, the more I'm like, we're not gonna see her. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone else listens to like Katie Sackhoff's podcast, but she's podcasting pretty frequently, a little too frequently to have been recording at any
Dialogue.
point or time. Yeah.
But you know, Andrew Garfield had me convinced he was not going to be in Spider-Man, the new one. Like the interviews I saw with him, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think he's good, but he's just a great actor.
Yeah.
He convinced everybody. Like I thought he was so sincere when he was like, I can't wait to see the movie. I'm not in it. He goes, I just want everybody to know I'm not in the movie, but I'm so looking forward to seeing this with everybody else. And I was like, oh man, that's a bummer. Total,
Yeah.
total liar. But
Yeah, but that was a really big one. I feel like Bo-Katan being in the Mando movie
it's not
makes
like,
sense. So, like, I don't feel like she would have to sign an NDA and be like, "Oh, I don't know." I think she'd be like, "Yeah, me and Mando, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go start filming soon, guys.
mhm.
So excuse like the break or something." Or at least she would say, like, "Hey, I'm taking a break. Here's some like past episodes being re-released," kind of thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I
There'd be
understand.
signs.
There are no signs for
There
this one.
there would be signs.
That sounds like never mind. Anyways, on that note, so I
On
mind you
that
guys,
note,
this was a kind of a condensed version. I mean, hopefully one day we can get Zach and Craig and David on here. We can all I want to hear their favorite moments in Star
yeah.
Wars as well, because that's
Oh, the
what
next one we're doing is a sequel, so maybe not Craig.
maybe not
Craig, you can
Craig.
take the day off.
Yeah, Craig, you don't have to join us for that one. But
Oh, or it should just be you and Craig.
oh, he would
No.
be so mad at me though. But here's the interesting thing about Craig is I know he's like, I know he, but there are moments I've heard him say like, all right, that was pretty cool. Like in Star Wars, like he'll be like, okay, that was a good moment.
Yeah,
I know he puts on this persona, but no, I know he loves Star Wars, and
he
that's
does
one thing I
love
love.
Star
That's one
Wars.
thing I love about Star Wars is that there's something for everybody. Like
Correct.
even if you don't like the sequels, there's maybe you love the Clone Wars and that's Star Wars for you, or vice versa. You don't like the Clone Wars, but you love the original trilogy. It's like
Yeah.
it's Star Wars. Let's all just have fun. Let's all just
Yeah.
and that's what I love about
And
this
y
podcast.
That's what I was gonna say. I know I've said it before on the podcast, but I love that every single one of us loves such a different part of Star Wars.
Mhm.
And we all just have this like fun little community where we all get together and just like talk about Star Wars and stuff.
And what's crazy is y'all don't realize is that sometimes, I'll talk to David and we'll just be talking about Star Wars, which is funny to me because it's like we have a podcast where we can do this. But no, there are sometimes we have a conversation where we're literally talking about Star Wars, about this moment, about this thing. Same with Mary. We'll be talking and it's like we're just talking about Star Wars. And because that's just how fun it is. So
me and Zach do that too. We'll just send each other like random text messages like, hey, do you remember when this happened? Or stuff like that. And right now, Zach and I have been going crazy over Stranger Things because we both love that fandom and we just got a release and we have our tickets ready for next week. Zach and I don't live near each other, but oh my gosh, did you see that?
I did. I think everyone else did. And they heard it too.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's how
Zach and I don't live near each other, but we both were like, it's time to get tickets for Stranger Things and stuff for the season finale. So we've been like going back on theories about it and stuff too. So that's always a good time.
Like we said, there's something for everybody.
Star Wars and stuff.
Star Wars and stuff. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening. We had a lot of fun. Travis, thank you for joining us, and Zach as well. Thank you for joining us on YouTube.
What time is it in Japan?
Jeez, I don't know.
Well, it has to be daytime if he was taking his dog out.
True, and they're 16 hours ahead. So
it's morning time. Good morning, Zach.
No, it's afternoon.
Good afternoon, Zach.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be like 3:16. There, I don't know. I'm bad.
Are you good at math?
No, I'm not actually. Anyways, we have follow us on Instagram, the Star Wars Stuff Pod. We post a lot of news and a lot of the latest things that happen, as well as some memes that we'll put up there as well. Follow us on Twitter, Stuff Pod. Thanks for also following us on Twitter as well. If you want to support us on Patreon, please feel free to. Star Wars Stuff Podcast 2187. We do our best to upload things. David and I will sometimes just jump on and we just literally, like we said the other day, we just talked about James Cameron movies and Avatar, and we did tie it back into Star Wars. Don't worry, we did. You
know what I was gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
Okay, Rian Johnson. Have you seen the new Knives Out?
I have not seen Wake Up Dead Man.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna watch
I was just gonna give Rian Johnson such a great compliment
for that movie.
For just him in general, but specifically that movie. Like, I think Rian Johnson got a lot of flack after doing The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people would have been like, you know what? I'm done. Right? After what he went through. But no, he turned around and created his own new fandom with the Knives Out. And let me tell you, I don't think I've never been disappointed with the Knives Out movie. And I can say the same thing for this new one.
Okay.
I'm not disappointed at all. Super fun watch.
I really enjoyed Glass Onion a lot.
I will warn you, this one is quieter than the last Knives Out, but it works. And it's such a great story. And the thing I love about it, it's like, it's the same story, but totally different. And I'm like, okay, Ryan, I see you. Good job, dude.
Did you ever see that meme? Or it was an interview where they were asking Daniel Craig, they were like, you need to be in a romantic comedy. and then Rian Johnson was like, yeah. You know what Daniel Craig said? He goes, write it and I'll do it. Like, that's how much Daniel Craig is like, whatever you write, I am going to do. So just if you write it, I'll do it. And that's so cool. I still gotta watch it. I know I didn't get a chance to watch it in theaters.
Go watch it right now.
Go tonight. I could. TikTok, Star Wars Stuff Podcast, and also email us if you want us to, chat with us, leave us some reviews, or give us a topic. Star Wars Stuff Podcast at gmail.com.
You'll be emailing David. You can just email him and say, hi, David, and he'll reply back.
Yes, which would be very
I think I might just do that right now.
And then also follow us on Star Wars Stuff group and Star Wars Stuff podcast page. We do our best to keep you updated with the latest news. And we're also one of the few, I'm not going to say we're one of the few, but we like to make sure when we post something that it is accurate and not just a rumor. We do our best to avoid rumors. We do not do that. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, write us a review, give us 5 stars. That means the world to us if you do that. As well as on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, please leave us a good review and a like. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is? I think I love the most about the Star Wars community is that we all want more Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
And I think this podcast is a great gift to give to your friends. Just be like, hey, you want more Star Wars content, especially right now in this drought of Star Wars content? Go listen to these guys.
I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it yet, which is I want to do an episode where I give the history of Star Wars. And what it is, it's for you who have friends who are not into Star Wars, who don't understand how it is. I would love to. I'm going to do this. I am going to do
That'd
this.
be fun.
And I'm going to do
it.
Whole thing, and then you could share this with your friends who are not into Star Wars, and maybe this will be like, it'll be like interesting.
Intro to Star Wars.
Intro to Star Wars 101.
That'd be good.
Great. Now I have to really do that. I just put it out there. So
you know what we should do soon, though?
What should we do?
Maybe at least in the next like 6 months, maybe.
Okay.
How to prepare for Star Wars Celebration LA.
Okay.
I think that's gonna have to be me and you.
I think we should do that once the tickets go on sale and everyone has their tickets, and we can say, okay, this is what y'all should be doing to prepare for LA.
Well, tickets go on sale in 6 months, my dude.
That's
even less.
It's gonna be less. It's most likely gonna be in April.
5 months, yeah. So 5 months.
So yeah, it's gonna be
4 months. Quick. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
Don't stay in the heart of LA. Don't do it.
Don't do it. That's rule number 1.
Rule number 1. We're giving to you now.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. Y'all are awesome. And may the force be with you.
Always.
I have spoken.
This is why you fail.
We have friends everywhere.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
Okay, that's